We are bringing something very different today. Emma Bagwipe, Dudu Spirit is a Pan-African media house. To jẹ́ pé àwọn nǹkan tí àwa ń gbé ṣe ó tún yàtọ̀ díẹ̀ nítorí pé wọ́n ní ajíṣe bí Ọ̀yọ́ là ń rí, Ọ̀yọ́ ò ṣe bí bàbá ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan. Àwa ni ìkànnì tí ó ń fi ohùn Áfíríkà ránṣẹ́ sí gbogbo àgbáláyé wa ní ìlú Washington tí a kalẹ̀ sí. Lẹ́ni yìí, a ó máa ṣe ní aláfibọ̀ ni nítorí pé ó ní àwọn kan tí wọn ò gbọ́ èdè náà tí wọ́n ń gbọ́ wa tí wọn ò gbọ́ gbédègbẹ́yọ̀. Olúwa kúkú fún wa ní èdè tí wà káàkiri gbogbo àgbáláyé pé ẹ jẹ́ kí àwọn kí àwọn èdè náà àwọn GYY that is the Global Yoruba Youth ẹ̀yin náà wò wá lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí àkí àwọn kí àwọn èdè náà àkí onílé àkí àlejò àkí gbogbo àwọn ọ̀dọ́ tí àwọn tiẹ̀ tí ì kọ́ nípa wọn àtàwọn tí wọ́n múra láti lè kó sí wa àwa náà ṣe sáàkì yín o àkí bàbá wa àkí àwọn Yorùbá Kingdom TV àkí Yorùbá Self-Determination Movement àkí gbogbo wa gbogbo lẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́jẹgbẹ́ lọ́lọ́gbàjọgbà tó jẹ́ wípé gbogbo nǹkan tí à ń retí náà ni kí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kí ó dúró ìyàwó onítìrí CSI àkí gbogbo yín a sọ wípé a mọ̀ lórí o nítorí pé ò fẹ́ kí ìran wa kí ó parun ẹ̀dẹ̀ fẹ́ kí ìyà kí ó jẹ wá mo tún rántí bàbá mi Ayélóge mo kí yín o mo kí yín wá ní granddaughter yes I am taking after your footstep because bàbá wa Ayélóge is a trained journalist àwọn bàbá wa emeritus journalist yẹn mo dúpẹ́ àwa náà dẹ̀ ń tẹ̀lé ìlànà yín ni lẹ́ni yìí kí ni à ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ̀ activating the greatness of Yoruba nation building the true giant of Africa. Building the true giant of Africa. We are going to start with a question. Grandpa, Babawa Adebanji Akitoye. Who is the giant of Africa? Who is the giant of Africa? That is the first question the youth sent. Who is the giant of Africa?
The giant of Africa is about to be born. The giant of Africa was born thousands of years ago. But as a result of modern things, the British coming and putting us in Nigeria, in the country of people who don't want development, ìkan lára àwọn colleague mi ní Senate ìjọ kan àjọ travel wọ́n rán wa sí níṣẹ́ sí Egypt àwa méjì òun as chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee of Senate ní vice chairman àwa méjì péré la wà ní gbogbo aeroplane yẹn so àwa ráyè sọ ó ní ẹ̀yin Yorùbá òun láìkì yín gan ni ẹ máa ń nice sí yẹn ẹ máa ń but pé ẹ máa ń ṣe kinní kan tó wrong bàbá yẹn Awólọ́wọ̀ gan ló ń lead yín jù nínú ẹ̀. ìyẹn ni wípé gbogbo ẹ fẹ́ yí plan Ọlọ́run ẹ fẹ́ yí po Ọlọ́run ti ṣètò ẹ̀ wá pé àwọn kan máa dúró jẹrí mu dáadáa àwọn yòókù wọ́n máa poor ètò tí Ọlọ́run ṣe wá nìyẹn ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀yin Yorùbá ò gbà ẹ wá ń fẹ́ kí gbogbo ọmọ tó ń ṣeré káàkiri nínú dust nǹkan gbogbo wọn lọ fẹ́ kó di lawyer di doctor di engineer di professor and so on Ọlọ́run ò ṣètò ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn you are disrespecting God that's the way he put it bàbá yẹn Awólọ́wọ̀ akóyínjọ ẹ máa ṣe plan to change the will of God It is not the will of God that some people be poor and some people be rich. Our Yoruba will develop from very ancient times the philosophy that the good life is for everybody. The good life is for everybody. That's our... And so a country that develops on that philosophy is going to be the giant of the world, not only of Africa.
Kí ni Yorùbá? Ìbéèrè méjì ni nínú ẹyọ kan. Kí ni Yorùbá? Àti wípé àwọn wo ni à ń pè ní Yorùbá?
Kí ni Yorùbá? Orúkọ wa nìyẹn. Orúkọ tí àwa ń jẹ́ nìyẹn. Lẹ́nujọ́ mẹ́ta àbí lẹ́nu bí ọdún bí méjì síbí, àwọn kan sọ pé àwọn Fúlàní ló fún wa lórúkọ. Àwọn Fúlàní ò sí ní West Africa rárá ńgbà táwa ti jẹ́ Yorùbá. Wọ́n jẹ́ èèyàn rárá ní West Africa. They are migrants from somewhere in Western Asia. Wọ́n ti nílò àwọn bábà. Wọ́n dé ibi tá à ń pè ní Nàìjíríà lénìí, tá à ń pè ní West Africa lénìí. Until the 17th century, by then we were great people in West Africa. So, how we can't get to wọ́n rí so pé wọ́n kàn wá kan láti ṣọ́ọ̀tù wa nìyẹn. Our command distance one. The name Yoruba, the earliest time we had the name Yoruba in writing is in a book that was written by a black West African Islamic scholar and published in 1615 in Timbuktu. Bẹ̀láti kọ́ lórúkọ Yorùbá, wọ́n ti ń pè wá lórúkọ yẹn, ó ti pẹ́ ṣáájú ìjọ wọn yẹn. Kò dẹ̀ sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ Fúlàní ní West Africa ń gbà yẹn rárá. So àwọn ò lè wá fún wa lórúkọ. Àwọn Fúlàní fẹ́ gbọ́ ìtàn ara wọn, wọ́n ṣe ń sọ̀sọ̀kúsọ wọn yẹn. A dẹ̀ fẹ́ sọ fún wọn big time. As a matter of fact, I'm putting together a little book on the Fulani in Nigeria. And you expect it, everybody. It's coming. They pushed us into doing what we are doing now, but we must defend ourselves. We are not insulting them, we are just defending ourselves. Thank you. That's a big one. Àwa Yorùbá sọ pé àwa ni àkọ́dá ọmọ èèyàn sórílẹ̀-èdè ayé. Àwa Yorùbá sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ó wà nínú myth wa. Our own myth of origins. Wípé ní ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ayé ńgbà tí gbogbo omi wà lójú gbogbo ayé, Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè Ẹlẹ́dàá ó decide pé òun fẹ́ gbé life wá sí ayé. Ó wá rán àwọn alágbára kan ní ọ̀run pé kán lọ ṣe. Ẹni tó lead wọn wá ní Odùduwà. Odewa Osokale by a chain to the surface of the earth in the place called Ife today. And he landed there with the things that he brought, some earth, some piece of earth in a small calabash, a hen, chicken, and a palm nut, okuro. Ó dẹ̀ wá sí orílẹ̀-èdè ayé ó dá yẹ̀pẹ̀ kékeré yẹn sójú omi yẹn ó yẹn form a little mound. Ó wá mú adìyẹ yẹn ó fi sí ó gbélé lórí adìyẹ yẹn wá bẹ̀ sí scratch here until all the colonies, until all the continents of the world were formed. And then he planted the palm nut and it sprouted and became the first tree in the world, and so on. And he himself became the father of the first people in the world, which is the Yoruba nation. That's our myth. Every great nation in the world has their own myth of origin. For instance, Adam is a myth of the peoples of the Middle East. Adam. Yeah. It is a myth created by the people of the Middle East, the Jews, the Arabs, the Babylonians, the Sumerians, and so on. So that's our own myth of creation. But so gogo láyé wa wa máa ń hùwà wípé àwa ni aṣáájú ẹ̀dá, àwa la aṣáájú ọmọ ènìyàn lórílẹ̀-èdè ayé. Àwọn missionary kan tó wá sí Yoruba land in 19th century wọ́n ní tí èèyàn bá dé ìlú àwọn Yorùbá, tí èèyàn bá dé Ifẹ̀ especially, iṣẹ́ tán ṣe máa ń yọ̀ mọ́ yàn àbí pé nǹkan tó dẹ̀ ń jẹ́ kán yọ̀ mọ́ yàn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wípé àwọn ń welcome àwa tá a kì í ṣọ́ ara wọn. Àwọn wá lè funfun èèyàn ò má tà, ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ń welcome wa wípé we have come back home. We have come back home. So àwọn welcome wa pé Ife is the home from where all human beings went out, all human groups were. Every ethnic group in the world, every cultural group in the world, they are welcome in Yoruba land. It's very common for a good-behaved, well-behaved foreigner to from different places to who end up becoming a chief among us. It's very common like that in Yoruba land. We see ourselves as the first of all humans, the father of all humans, and therefore they are welcome among us. We are hospitable towards them. Clapatin was the first European, the first white man to enter into the interior of Yoruba land. He came in December 1825, and he entered from Badagry with his team. And they traveled up north from Badagry through the Yewa area, through many towns, and until they finally came to Oyo Ile, and they went beyond Oyo Ile to across the River Niger, and so on. Only our Yoruba, the way they welcome us is astounding. We received from among them, I'm quoting now, we received from among them as much civility and hospitality as we will receive from among our own people back home in England. That's it. That's who we are. He said they have a culture that welcomes people, the Yoruba, because we regard ourselves as the first of humans, the mother and father of the first earliest of the humans everywhere in the world. So we welcome everybody. That's our culture. In the past few years, I can share research, genetic research, genome research. They will come to these very astounding discoveries. Strange, very, very strange. They are now saying that they have discovered that the oldest human gene belongs among the Yoruba people of West Africa. The earliest human genes. They have done the research in Harvard. They have done the research in Cambridge. They have done the research in the University of California, Los Angeles. It's the same thing. They are saying to us, we are a little embarrassed. We don't know yet how to take it, so we are not even making a noise about it. But that's what they are saying. That's what they are saying. The research, the genome research, human genetic research is showing that the oldest human genes belong to the Yoruba people. It's a big thing. That's a huge, huge one. Tó bá yá àmọ́ bá ṣe máa pariwo ń pa ẹ̀ ṣé o mọ̀ pé tó bá gbé nǹkan tó dáa dé èèyàn lọ́wọ́ á kọ́kọ́ gbà lẹ́rù pé kí leléyìí àwa Yorùbá ó sì ń yà àwa tá a jẹ́ intellectuals ń gbélé lọ́wọ́ ó sì ń jó wa lọ́wọ́ pé really that the Yoruba people have the oldest human genes on earth. So that's who we are. We are the first of humans. We are the first of humans.
Yes. Adúpẹ́ pé òkú. Mo fẹ́ sáré dá padà fún Mr. Olabi, ṣùgbọ́n ó ní nǹkan kan tó ń gbé mi nínú ibi tẹ́ fi sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. Ẹni tó bá mọ̀ nǹkan tí à ń pè ní pharmacogenomics, ó máa wá understand the reason tó fi jẹ́ wípé a jẹ́ ẹ̀yà tó ń borí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àrùn àti àìsàn. Ibi tí ẹ sọ dé yẹn, àwa tá a bá wà ní line science, tá a ń ṣe scientific research, ó máa yé wa. It is a plus to us, and we are excited about this. We would research into it and bring out the best. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Ó yá, Ẹ̀gbọ́n Olabi, over to you.
Ẹ ṣé gan ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Àjọkẹ́ Àdè, àdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. A dẹ̀ tún kí bàbá wa náà sí àárín wa. Inú wa ń dùn bí a ṣe rí yín ní àárín wa tó yẹ pé ẹ tún wá bá wa sọ̀rọ̀, ẹ tún wá fún wa ní ọ̀rọ̀ ìṣítí tó yẹ pé ó máa jẹ́ ká lè mọ nǹkan tí a ń ṣe àti nǹkan tó yẹ pé a máa ní láti ṣe àti nǹkan tó yẹ pé máa tọ́ wa sọ́nà pé nǹkan báyìí ẹ ní láti máa mú rẹ̀. Gbogbo àwọn ọ̀dọ́ líle káàárọ̀ oòjíire ní òkè òkun pé ti máa kí yín pé ẹ kú iṣẹ́ náà pé ẹ ṣe tí ẹ wà lè wá bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ láti mọ nǹkan tá a máa ṣe pé ti máa kí yín gidi gan pé ẹ ṣe gan. Àjọ mẹ́sì tó fi ránṣẹ́ sí mi níbi bí ó pé tí ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín pé ìjẹ́ orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá ó lè jẹ́ giant of Africa àti pé báwo la ṣe lè ṣe àti pé ẹ mọ̀ àwọn ọ̀dọ́ wa ń sì ṣe pé all good in many aspects in pharmacy, in doctor, in engineering, in lawyer, in many aspects pé báwo la ṣe lè ṣe tí yẹ pé àánú la máa jí giant of Africa yẹn tí a bá do orílẹ̀-èdè wa àti pé báwo la ṣe lè ṣe tí yẹ pé gbogbo nǹkan máa fi lọ lẹ́sẹ̀lẹ́sọ tó yẹ pé kò ní sí gómi sọ̀rọ̀ níbẹ̀ tó yẹ pé kò ní sí ilé òkú.
Nǹkan tó Ọlọ́run ti ṣe láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni. In the history of Black Africa, àwa Yorùbá nìkan la jẹ́ an urbanized people. We started to build our first cities, the city of Ile-Ife, in the 9th century AD. And between then and the 18th century, we built tens, probably hundreds of cities and towns all over Yoruba land. Kò sí any other part of Africa to rebel. No other part. No other part. Clapatin tí mo ló wọ Badagry tó ti Badagry wọ Yorùbá là ní 1825 yẹn. Ó ní ibi ìdàbí pé kì í ṣe ara Africa. There are towns, large and well-populated towns from this area, from section to section, and they are also close. He said, when you are leaving a Yoruba town and the noise is receding behind you, the noise of another town will be welling up in front of you. That's how close the towns were. Said, especially if there was a market day going on, market was going on in that town, the noise of the market would be like the roaring of a great sea. Àwọn Yoruba towns ní habit láyé ìgbà wọ̀nyẹn tá máa ní night markets. Àwọn lọ́jà the regular market. Wọ́n ti wá láàárọ̀, wọ́n ti kẹ́rù wọn, wọ́n ti lọ ní nǹkan bí aago bíi 6, wọ́n ti park, wọ́n ti lọ. Then about 3 hours later, ní nǹkan bí 9 p.m. àwọn tó wá sí ọjà alẹ́ àṣẹwà máa dé, wọ́n àṣẹwà máa sọ, wọ́n máa tẹ́rù wọn and so on. It's unbelievable. Some of the things that our people did are astounding. Night market. Clapperton, when you are approaching any of their night markets, it's like you are approaching a sea of stars. Why? Because every trader at epo, fitila epo, one turn 6 goods, one come by in Katanta. So when you are coming from a distance and you see the whole market in front of you, it's like you are approaching a sea of stars. It's like an unearthly scene. That's who we Yoruba are, you know. Ọlọ́run ti ṣe wá láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ká jẹ́ giant for Africa. But then we made a mistake. We ara nǹkan tí mo fi máa bẹ̀ ní ọ̀dọ́ nìyẹn. We made a mistake. A jẹ́ kí òyìnbó conquer wa in the last years of the 19th century. And the one who conquer Bobuana, she friend, but she's signed treaties with them. The only Yoruba major town to one conquer Nijabode. But Jotan lo attack Nijabode. Kala Yoruba, Kala careless, Kakobo Barata Nijoko, see any power anywhere in Europe to the conquer. Because as of that date, the Yoruba people had well-seasoned armies, numbering nearly 500,000. Nearly 500,000. Ibadan had 80,000 in Ikirun. Ekiti Parapor had about 50,000 to 60,000 in Mesile. Ibadan had another 30,000 in Oru. Ijebu, they had about 30,000 in Oru. Ijebu, they had about 60,000 at home. Was a little over 500,000. And all of them were seasoned. These are soldiers that had been fighting for many decades. And they were mostly armed with the most sophisticated weapons of the time. Because Arani and the trade in the world was bringing the guns to us, and we were buying. Unfortunately, we were buying with human beings, some of it with human beings. If it had then it don't cost, until about the 1800. So so we had a large army, but it's uncoordinated. And we didn't do anything to defend Ijebu-Ode. In fact, some of our own people were happy that Ijebu-Ode was being conquered. So that's that kind of disunity. Find a way to get rid of it among us. Let the Yoruba nation be Yoruba nation. We're a very strong nation. Let us show that strength in unity, through unity. So we are a great nation. And when we have a country which, by the grace of God, is going to be soon, then we must sit down and benefit the expertise of its men, so that we can all go home and go and contribute to building the most astoundingly progressive country in the world. We can Do it. We're 80 to be able to do it. And God will guide you. I have just finished writing a book. It's about 900 pages on the Yoruba nation. The title, The Yoruba People, Foremost Black Nation. The Yoruba People, foremost Black Nation. It's out now, it's completed. By the way, can you give me a copy of that book? It's here. It's, the advanced, one or two advanced copies reached me a few days ago.
Well, we are lucky. Yoruba Global Youth all the way. The unveiling of the great book. Oh yeah, will support all the way. I'm so excited today. You know me, do Benny.
Profile of the foremost Black nation. That is it. So we are the foremost Black nation. Now we want to free ourselves from what the British pushed us into. And God will free us. In fact, I think the hand of God is in everything now. Look at what is happening in Britain. Yeah, I have had sent to the Prime Minister, to the new Prime Minister of Britain, a special message from the Yoruba people. Things are happening in the world that God designed for us. Yeah. We are the foremost Black nation. That's who we are. We are not bragging. It is the truth. By the time the Europeans began to bring education into West Africa in the middle of the 19th century, we Yoruba were the first to jump at it. By the 1860s, we were producing graduates in every area of life, in lawyers, doctors, engineers, accountants, surveyors, architects, etc., etc. The first newspaper to be published on the continent of Africa was published in Abeokuta in 1859. We are the foremost people. I don't think there is any question about that. And we are not bragging when we say so. We are just making a statement of fact. What does that mean? A lot of work. A lot of work. Baba Olowo ngbata da UPN sílẹ̀ ní 1979, 1978, 1979. Baba walk into a committee room níbi tá ti ń ṣe pàdé tá ti wà látàárọ̀ tán ní ká wá jẹun tá ò dáhùn tá ṣà ń ṣe lọ. Baba ní ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́ ẹ̀yin ọmọ. Yes, this is great. This is good. Because if they give us a chance to run this country, we are ready to work until it hurts. We are ready to work until it hurts. Until Tiarawama ko. Isn't that something? And I want to ask you, Yoruba boys and girls now, you are going to have your country soon. Brace up, tighten your belts, and be ready to work to make it a great country. You will be ready to work until it hurts. All the petty little divisions, tell yourself your destiny is here. The destiny of your nation is here. And you are ready to grab it from the hands of evil. I feel.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
enlightenment tí ẹ fún wa tẹ̀lé jẹ́ ká mọ àwọn nǹkan kan as a black nation tẹ̀lé jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé we are a great black nation. Ẹ ṣé gidi gan.
Of course, you are not a great black nation, you are the great black nation.
Ẹ ṣé gan. Inú àwọn ọ̀dọ́ inú wọn dùn gidi gan pẹ̀lú àwọn nǹkan tí ẹ ń sọ fún wa pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ ìṣítí tí ẹ ń sọ fún wa tẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé no, we need to stand by ourselves, we need to love each other, we need to embrace ourselves. Wọ́n dùn gidi gan. Èyí pé a máa jà èyí ìgbọ́ yìí pé a ní láti mú kúrò ń bẹ̀ inú wọn dùn gidi gan. Òun náà lẹ ti gbọ́ nílé yẹn ẹ̀yin ọ̀dọ́ tí bàbá wa ti ṣí wa létí papọ̀. Ọ pé ìfẹ́ àti ìrẹ́pọ̀ òun ló ń ṣe gbogbo. Wọ́n ti sọ fún wa pé a ní láti nífẹ̀ẹ́ ara wa, a dẹ̀ ní láti ṣèfẹ́ ara wa, tá lè fi mú gbogbo nǹkan tí à ń gbèrò tí a dẹ̀ ń lépa láti jẹ́ kó ṣeé ṣe fún wa. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ jẹ́ tá lo advice tí bàbá wa tí ó sọ fún wa ní èní pé a ní láti ṣe ìmọ̀ kan, a dẹ̀ ní láti nífẹ̀ẹ́ ara wa. Ẹ ṣé gan bàbá wa, inú wa ń dùn. Ẹ ṣé gidi gan tí ẹ wá sí àárín wa lẹ́yìn tẹ́ wá sọ àwọn nǹkan tí a ní láti mọ̀ fún wa. Inú wa ń dùn gidi gan. Ẹ ṣé gan sà.
Inú mi dùn. Ẹ ṣé.
Yes, sir. Ó tún ní àwọn question kan tó sọ pé tí n tún béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín because ó sọ pé ní history wa àwọn òyìnbó ló kọ history wa kí ló ṣe tó yẹ pé àwa tó jẹ́ aláwọ̀ dúdú tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé akàwé a dẹ̀ ní ìmọ̀ púpọ̀ jẹ́ pé kílé táwọn fi kọ history wa fúnra wa pé kẹ́ àwọn white ló yẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá ń kọ history wa fún wa tó yẹ pé ó yẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá ń kọ́ ọ wá ń yí history wa pa.
Nígbà táwọn òyìnbó dé ṣé nígbà táwọn òyìnbó dé lomin àwọn adé tí wọ́n ń kọ ìtàn wa nǹkan tó wà ń bẹ̀ ni pé àwa ò ní written language but ìyẹn ò mean pé a ò ní history. We had our history, we had our traditions, we had our everything that makes up history, information. All that is needed to do is to gather it together. And we didn't really, we Yoruba historians didn't begin to gather it together until the 1950s. Àwọn èèyàn wa ní 1900, 1910, àwọn kan ti kọ ìwé kan Samuel Johnson, for instance, wrote a history, the history of the Yoruba people, and completed it in 1897 before he died. Aburu Ewagete published in 1921. So I think one Atundaolu wrote a history of orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá, ìtàn Yorùbá àti àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè wọn. History of the Ekiti, history of the Ijesha, history of the Oyo, history of the Ijebu, and so on and so on. So there are many stories, there are many books before the 1950s. But when the 1950s came, something happened, something very big. People began to recognize àwọn òyìnbó kan sọ pé rárá àwọn dúdú ò ní wọn ní history. Because they had no writing, therefore they had no history. That people begin to have history when they begin to write. One Cambridge professor, our students, we want to be taught African history. Oh, and what do you mean? There is nothing like African history. The history of Africa is just gyrations of fun. So why you unlearn? There's no African history. People do not have history until they begin to write. It is now that we have taken writing among the Black people that they have history. But in 1950s, our people went seriously into the study of our history. And we developed methods of reconstructing African history. Europeans only. African historiography. I am one of the first graduate students in the history of the world that was taught African historiography. That is methods, scientific methods of reconstructing African history. That's what is called historiography. And I, because of my writings in it, because of the books that I wrote after that, I became one of the leading scholars of African historiography in the world. And because the conference don't share anywhere in the world. Someone can invite me, see whether it's in Asia or in Europe or in America or South America and so on, Brazil, Argentina, etc., in Barbados, in the West Indies, and so on. Yeah, we now know how to write our history. I will advise, look at some of the books that, look at Samuel Jeff Adeaja's History of Yoruba Christian Missions. Look at Anyadele's history. Look at my Revolution and Power Politics in Yoruba Land, 19th century. Look at my history of the Yoruba people. Look at Falola's history of Ibadan, and so on. Yes, it's all over there. It's all over there. You need to just sit down and make a collection of them. It's a lot.
Ẹ ṣé gan sà, ẹ ṣé fún ẹtú library wa ẹtú jẹ́ ká mọ ọ̀pọ̀ tí a ní láti mọ̀. Ẹ ṣé gidi gan. Ọ̀bọ̀ tí n tó dá padà sí ọ̀dọ̀ Comrade Òjó Samuel. Ó pé our Bible tí à ń kà ń sìn, pé Bible tí à ń kà jẹ́ pé àwọn white jẹ́ pé ọkọ̀ fún wa pé èṣù ọ̀pẹ ní ìlú.
No, àwọn kọ́ ló kọ Bible. Àwọn Jewish priests ló kọ Bible in ancient times. Ìgbà tí Christianity wá dé Europe, àwọn European countries wá gbà wọ́n translate náà sí language tiwọn. That's all.
Okay. Ẹ ṣé gan sà.
So eléyìí tí àwárí gbà àwọn tó súnmọ́ wa jù lára English, the English version, King James's version. Àwọn French ò kò lo James's version tí wọ́n náà ń lò. Àwọn Germans ò lo ti English James version. So táwọn tí ó colonize àwa làwa kọ́kà. Àwa náà wá translate sí Yorùbá language tiwa. Bíbélì mímọ́. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Ẹ ó dẹ̀ pé ìbéèrè yẹn wọn ò béèrè ẹ̀ tó bó àwọn ọ̀dọ́ ṣe ń papá jánu wípé bàbá ńlá bàbá wa èṣù wọ́n ń pè ní Sátánì nínú Bíbélì. Báwo ni èṣù ṣe dé inú Bíbélì? Tó jẹ́ wípé Ọya Bíbélì.
Tó bá yá. Ẹ̀yin náà ni it is the work of your generation. Nígbà bá ní country wa, a máa sọ fún àwọn Christian scholars Yorùbá kánjọ kan tún kìíní yẹn kọ. Because Satan tó wà nínú Bíbélì, the maker of all evil, the father and propagator of evil, kò sí ní Yorùbá religion. The Eshu in Yoruba religion is a messenger of the gods. A messenger. He doesn't have a message of his own. Eshu tinu Bíbélì àti Quran. Eshu gidi nìyẹn, the creator and maker of evil. Àwa Yorùbá nírú ẹ̀. Àwọn nírú ẹ̀ ní religion wa. So ara nǹkan tí ẹ máa ṣe ń gbà tẹ́ bá ní country yẹn, ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ get àwọn scholars, Christian scholars yẹn. Kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ wọn jọ ẹjọ́ ẹ bá wa tún kínní nǹkan kó bá correct. Eléyìí tán fi ń sọ pé èṣù ní iṣẹ́ Sátánì ni. Iṣẹ́ Sátánì yàtọ̀ sí èṣù. So it must be changed. We need to have it changed. So important.
Ẹ ṣé gan bàbá wa tí ẹ là wá lí òye fún àwọn nǹkan tí a ní láti mọ̀. Bọ̀ mo ní ẹnì kejì mi bí ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Òjó Samuel. Òun náà ó ní àwọn ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Òjó Samuel ó ní àwọn ìbéèrè kọ̀ọ̀kan tó kóun fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín. Ẹ jẹ́ round over fún sa.
Okay.
Ẹ ṣé gidi gan Comrade Owólabí. Ẹ ṣé gidi gan gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wò wá nílé. Ẹ ṣé gidi gan bàbá wa ń pa pè ní ẹ̀sìn jẹ́ wa. Inú tèmi dùn gan. In fact, lẹ́yìn sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àwa Yorùbá, orí mi máa ń wí sí ni. Tí bá ṣe ń gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá, inú mi máa ń dùn. Ọmọ aládé mà ní mi, I am so lucky to be a Yorùbá person. Inú mi tó dùn, ayọ̀ mi. pé àárín ní sá ẹ ṣé gidi gan sá. So ìbéèrè tí a kọ́kọ́ ní láti béèrè ẹ ṣé ni pé mo a ní Yorùbá science nípa science ibẹ̀ àti ń ṣe àwọn research díẹ̀díẹ̀ ẹ mọ̀ ní tẹ́lẹ̀ wọ́n máa sọ fún wa pé according to the Bible pé Ifá àjò kankan bẹ́ẹ̀ bàbá yẹn pé Ifá jẹ́ part of our history ó tún wá jẹ́ nǹkan tó jẹ́ gbòógì nínú history wa nínú ohun tí Yorùbá jẹ́ so àṣewálú Ifá yìí ẹnìkan ló ń béèrè láti bá pé àṣewálú Ifá ká fi mọ̀ nípa àwa Yorùbá so ìbéèrè àkọ́kọ́ tí a ní fún ilé láti pé so kí ló bá ṣe lo Ifá ká fi mọ̀ bí a ṣe jẹ́ àwa Yorùbá sí ìsẹ́ pé Ifá ti wọ́n láti ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ láti gbà wá ẹ ṣé gidi gan bàbá mi.
Ẹ ṣé. Ifá is the oldest known compendium of human knowledge in the world today. Àwa Yorùbá, we have been in control of that body of knowledge for thousands of years. In about 500 BC, some of our leading thinkers put it together as Odu Ifá, one organized here in couplets. And that's the Odu Ifá that has come down to us. It's a comparatively new thing. It was first put together in about 500 BC, before the birth of Christ. And there is no other literature anywhere in the world to be known. I consider it, but it doesn't matter. Only characteristic láti join làwọn èèyàn ti máa memorize yes. The Babalawo, a young man who wants to be a Babalawo, will surrender himself to 14 years of memorization. 14 years. Ọdún mẹ́rìnlá làwọn èèyàn wá fi máa ń kọ́ láti di Babalawo Ifá. And in those 14 years, you would memorize the entire. Wọ́n ní ṣe náà máa ń lo oògùn ìsọ̀yè tí òkè ń jẹ́ kán gbàgbé kankan whatever. But the important thing is that in those 14 years, you will go rigorously learning Odu Ifá from. So you can tell when you cast the oracles, you can tell what the oracle is talking about. We are great people. Now, one of our young Babalawos of modern times, Sholagbade Popola, who now has a PhD, has done a transcription of a lot of the Odu Ifá. Only 17 volumes, ló máa ṣe. Or to publish the first 3 volumes now. And the first volume is 1,200 and something pages. The second volume is 1,400 and something pages. And the third volume is 1,400 and something pages. They are available now. The remaining 14 volumes will come, I promise. So and he's also writing a book which he says will serve for the Yoruba religion what the Bible and the Quran mean to Christianity and Islam. You are descendants of a great. Ọlọ́run ti fún wa lágbára yẹn láti ọ̀run wá, Ọlọ́run gbà wá ṣe. Now that we are going to have a country, no, we want to have a country as part of the work of God, part of the covenant of God, part of the destiny of God in our lives. Because all that we are must be shown to the world. And it is astounding. What we already have to show to the world is astounding. That's how this book grew to 900 pages. I started by thinking, okay, Marco, a brief introduction of the Yoruba people. But then it went on and on, deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper, until I had to stop. That is it. That is it. So it is you are a great people, and you must be ready to show it off. But that means, as I said, soberness, unity, hard work. Yeah, soberness, unity, hard work.
Yes, sir.
I wish I were younger, much younger. Came in 31, 32. Kajama ready for the next 2 or 3 months. Tamane country work. Along so that I can be part of it all. But unfortunately, I'm already an old man. Mama enjoy sitting in the backyard of my house. Install a little shed there, put in television and watch my boys and girls surprising the world. Okay. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. So, Bami, I have to very Yoruba nation we are the greatest in Africa. Ní àgbáyé dẹ̀ afẹ́fẹ́ wọn pé àwa ni number 1, àwa la tóbi jù lágbàáyé torí pé Èdùmàrè ó dá wa ní àkàndá ènìyàn, àkàndá nation ẹ jẹ́ ká lò bẹ́ẹ̀. So Èdùmàrè ti dá wa in a very special way. So a fẹ́ mọ̀ pé báwo ni a ó sùn láwọn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní greatness yìí, a tún ní gbogbo greatness yìí máa manifest, tá a ṣe máa show the world tá a ṣe dá tó lélẹ̀ bí a ṣe dùn tó lélẹ̀. So how soon ní sà ṣé blueprint ẹ ti wà lẹ́yìn ni pé ó yá nǹkan tá a máa kọ́kọ́ ṣe, tá a máa ṣe ìgbésẹ̀ báyìí la máa gbé. So nǹkan tí a tún fẹ́ mọ̀ ní bàbá mi ẹ ṣé gan sir bàbá wa.
Ṣé o rò pé àkàndédé ń sá káàkiri yìí ni? There are people working to produce the blueprint for the new country. Oh yes, oh yes. And it's a blueprint based entirely upon our antecedents and our gifts. Ọlọ́run fún wa ṣe. Ẹ̀yin ni kept Suranyimora Dada kept put it to work and let the world see the miracles that are inherent in the Yoruba nation. Yes, a blueprint is being written, so they call it manifesto, whatever they call it, a blueprint of the Yoruba future, of the Yoruba nation is being produced now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ẹ ṣé gidi gan. So, ó dà pé ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Owólabí wọ́n ní ìbéèrè kan fún bàbá mi. Wọ́n ní ìbéèrè kan. So, Comrade Owólabí ó di ọwọ́ yín sà.
Yeah, ẹ ṣé gan Comrade Òjó Samuel, a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín fún àwọn ètò náà tí ẹ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe bá bàbá sọ̀rọ̀, a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. A dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ bàbá náà tó yẹ pé ó fi kalẹ̀ sí ó ń gbọ́ wa bá a ṣe ń gbé question náà lọ ń fún wa ní answer tí a ní láti lò. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín sà. Àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá sọ pé tí máa kí yín pé ẹ ṣé gidi gan pé ìwà lẹ́nìí pé ẹ wá bá wa sọ̀rọ̀, pé ẹ wá bá a sọ̀rọ̀ ìṣítí àti àwọn nǹkan tí a ní láti mọ̀ about our history, our heritage, pé ẹ ṣé gidi gan bàbá, pé ọpẹ́ tí máa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. Ó pé the black nation tí ẹ sọ yẹn, ìwé tí ẹ kọ yẹn, ó pé ṣé ẹ máa kọ́ ní èdè wa ti Yorùbá àbí ti ní English tó máa jẹ́?
Ìkan lára yín náà ló máa èmi ti darúgbó mi ò lè ké ní Yorùbá mọ́, ẹ̀yin lẹ máa ṣe ní Yorùbá. That's your work. Èmi ti ṣe ìwọ̀nba tí mo lè ṣe. It's time to begin to prepare to return home.
Òun lẹ ti gbọ́ yẹn gbogbo àwọn ọmọ káàró jí.
Adúpẹ́ pẹ́ òkú. Wọ́n sọ wípé kì í dùn kó pọ̀ ṣíún báyìí lọ́bẹ̀ oge. Adúpẹ́ pẹ́ òkun lọ́wọ́ bàbá wa Adébánjí Akíntóyè. Wọ́n máa ń pè wọ́n ní Professor Emeritus. I call him Grandpa. That's our Grandpa. Jerry. Inú wa ń dùn ẹ̀dẹ̀ máa rí wípé bí ẹ ṣe ń kọ́ wa náà sọ́tún sósì, òun náà là ń gbọ́, òun náà làwa náà fi ń mú ṣe. Wọ́n ní tí ọmọdé ò bá bá ìtàn, yóò bá àrọ́bá sì rèé. bàbá ìtàn ni ó ti dọ́wọ́ àwọn ọ̀dọ́ lè ní o wọ́n sọ fún wa wípé ẹ jẹ́ kí a máa fi tó yín létí pé gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wá káàkiri gbogbo àgbáláyé àwa náà ní Yorùbá Global Youth àwa ní ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀dọ́ tó jẹ́ wípé àwa scientifically oriented bẹ́ẹ̀ sì rèé àwa nínú oko bẹ́ẹ̀ sì rèé àwọn kan wà nínú wa tó jẹ́ pé ọlọ́kadà ni wọ́n ó tiẹ̀ ní kí n máa fún yín ní ìròyìn ayọ̀ wípé àwọn ọ̀dọ́ kan wà ní ìjọsí tí a kóra wa jọ ní ìjọsí tó jẹ́ wípé wọ́n máa ń pariwo múṣí olóòṣà lénìí wọ́n ti lọ ń kọ́ embedded system engineering. That is one of those things we are doing as a Yoruba Global Youth. Àwọn kan wà ní ìjọsí tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n máa ń pariwo obey ni èmi ò ní dárúkọ pátì kankan tó máa ń sọ pé ọmọ jàǹdùkú ní èní wọ́n wà lára wa ní Yoruba Global Youth tó jẹ́ wípé a ti lọ ń ṣe iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ nítorí wípé ọmọ aládé ni wá ǹjẹ́ ò ṣì wà níta tó ń jókòó sórí fence àwọn òye ẹnikẹ́ni nípọ̀sí o bá ṣe wà lamẹ́ríkà la wà ní London la wà ní US la wà ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ìfà á ní tí débi pé aláwọn èèyàn ní ẹ má jẹ́ ń dárúkọ bẹ́ẹ̀ nítorí pé a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run ọba ìgbọ̀n tó bá ṣàtijọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá tó jẹ́ ọmọlúàbí à ń pè àkọmọ̀nà wa ní change and transform kì í ṣe bí kò kàn yípadà nìkan kí wọ́n gan kó mú àyípadà wá sí inú ilé mo rí àwọn bàbá mi àwọn bíi Ọláyọmí koikimedia many thanks to you heritage náà wọ́n darapọ̀ mọ́ wa ẹ ṣé tí ẹ gbọ́ tí ẹ wá o adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn tí wọ́n gbọ́ tí wọn ò ní oore ọ̀fẹ́ láti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa mo rí wa SDM ẹ ṣé bàbá wa Gani Alágbàlá bí a ṣe ń kà díẹ̀ nílẹ̀ ẹ dákun àwọn tó bá fẹ́ gba àwa ọ̀dọ́ ní ìyànjú bàbá wa ti sọ nǹkan mẹ́ta wọ́n ní wípé kí a wà discipline kí a dẹ̀ wà together kí a dẹ̀ ṣetán láti ṣiṣẹ́ discipline yẹn wọ́n pè ní soberness tá bá wo àwa ọmọ Yorùbá wọ́n ká pátí ni lọ́tún lósì gbogbo àríyá it is time to be sober reflection on what we have lost and where we are going to how to bring the beauty of the Yoruba nation. Cocoa House should have been our limit. It should have been the least we would achieve, beg your pardon. Cocoa House should have been the least and not the limit. So right now we have lost several years. We have lost
several years. Yes. And so, you must catch up with those years quickly. Yeah.
And that's the truth. Yes, we would do it. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, láṣẹ ẹ̀yin bàbá wa tó wà wájú wa. Lágbára àwọn abiyamọ ayé tí wọn ò kì í ṣe abiagba nítorí pé ọmọ ayé làwa ò kì í ṣe ẹran ayé ẹni tó bá mọ odù yẹn ló máa yé ọmọ ayé yàtọ̀ sí ẹran ayé ọmọ ayé làwa bàbá mi Gani Alágbàlá mo rí yẹn bá wa dá sí i wọ́n ní àìsí ń bẹ láì bá wọn dá sí i bí a ti ń kásẹ̀ ètò nílẹ̀.
Ẹ ṣé mo kí bàbá wa Lana, the leader of Yoruba self-determination movement, bàbá wa Professor Emeritus Adébánjí Akíntóyè tí mo fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ dárúkọ wọn. Ọlọ́run á jẹ́ kẹ́ pẹ́ fún wa bàbá.
Ẹ ṣé.
Kí gbogbo àwọn mídíà tó wà nílé, Heritage, Koikimedia and others, mo dẹ̀ kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin youth. Gbogbo ẹ má bínú pé mo pẹ́ wọlé, àwọn iṣẹ́ tán gbé fún mi náà ni. Gbogbo nǹkan tí mo bá lẹ́nu bàbá, inú mi dùn wípé àwọn ògo ọlá wọ́n pe bàbá because àwa kan súnmọ́ wọn and I'm not telling this to his face. Oríṣiríṣi nǹkan ló ń lọ níta but ó yẹ ká mọ̀ wípé ọgbọ́n nílé ayé yìí kò ń ṣe pé ọ̀rọ̀ ẹnu ni ojú inú ó ríran ju ojú ìta lọ. Àwọn òyìnbó tẹ́ bá fẹ́ lọ ṣe tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ wọ́n á ṣe interview fún yàn wọ́n á tún wá ṣe background check ṣàwọn kan ṣe background check bàbá wa láti ilẹ̀ pé irú èèyàn wo ni so a wò wọ́n láti First Republic ìgbà tó di pé gbogbo ẹ̀ ń dàrú lẹ́yìn tó ṣe senator tó ní irú wọn ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá lọ sí ìlú òyìnbó teaching young people from all over the world ní America for 25 years as of 1999 nígbà tán ṣe arúmọjẹ democracy with àwọn nǹkan tí bàbá ti ní nígbà tán ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn Awólọ́wọ̀ ní reputation. Tẹ́ bá yọ 1999 up till today, àmọye year tó jẹ́ náà. Tẹ́ bá yọ kù lọ́jọ́ orí wọn, it's still around the age tán jẹ́ pé àwọn náà lè jáde pé àwọn fẹ́ dá sí nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. But wọ́n lo opportunity yẹn náà. As a matter of fact, some of us knew that it was called by some of these people tó wà ní realms of affair lónìí nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. But it chose to remain láti máa ṣe iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ wọn tí wọ́n yàn láàyò gẹ́gẹ́ bí akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ àgbà. So wọ́n wá di age tán wà yìí, Ọlọ́run wá preserve wọn. Ẹ wòye meeting tán ṣe, ẹ wòye presentation tán ṣe every day. So for somebody to now tell us pé àwọn history yẹn ká erase ẹ̀ ní bá a ṣe máa wò wọ́n regardless of àwọn ẹsẹ̀ míì tán bá gbé táwọn èèyàn rò pé àbí bàbá ò gbẹ́sẹ̀ yìí dáadáa. But àwa wo record yẹn, we can erase that. Àwọn Yorùbá dẹ̀ wá ń sọ̀rọ̀, wọ́n ní ẹ wo àtúbọ̀tán èèyàn. Téèyàn bá jẹ́ alábòsí, tí onítọ̀hún bá bẹ̀rẹ̀, ó lè lówó, ó lè ní ọmọ, ó lè ní so many achievements. But towards the end of the life, kò lè láyéláyé avoid nǹkan tó ń pè ní karma táwọn Yorùbá ń pè ní àtúbọ̀tán. Ó dẹ̀ mọ̀ wípé a lè wò nínú àwọn ex-president ní Nàìjíríà tó yẹ pé bóyá ọjọ́ orí wọn ò tó bàbá. They may not be able to stand up anymore. Mi ìfẹ́ máa dá orúkọ. So ìyẹn máa fi hàn wá pé báwo ni bàbá wa yìí, báwo náà ṣe lo ọjọ́ orí wọn. Inú mi kàn wá dùn yìí pé Ọlọ́run ṣẹ́ irú wọn kù láti jẹ́ role model fáwa kan. Pàápàá àwa ọ̀dọ́. Tí irú wọn bá ti lọ ni wọn ò pọ̀ lórí ilẹ̀ mọ́ láti máa fún wa ní àwọn nǹkan tí à ń gbọ́ lẹ́nu. So many ìtàn lèmi ti gbọ́ lẹ́nu bàbá. So many things ni mo ti mọ̀ nípa Yorùbá. So inú mi dẹ̀ dùn sí because Yorùbá ní culture kan táwọn bàbá wa bá ní nǹkan lọ́wọ́ wọ́n á máa wò bóyá làákàyè àwọn ọmọ yẹn ti débi ká béèrè. They want to pour the wisdom, but wọ́n á wò pé táwọn bá kàn fún wa láì béèrè àti ìmọ̀ value nǹkan yẹn nìyẹn. But when we seek, inú wọn á dùn wá ní ó kárí ọmọ yìí ti béèrè, wọ́n á ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá sọ fún wa. So irú nǹkan tẹ́ ń ṣe yìí is really good. Ọlọ́run á bá preserve bàbá. Because there's so much tá a ṣì lè gbà lọ́wọ́ wọn. Is a father to emulate. Yes.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ẹ ṣé gan.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ẹ ṣé púpọ̀.
Thank you very much.
Mo rí ìyá mi Adédoyin nínú ilé ní ìṣẹ́jú kọ̀ọ̀kan kí a tó wá kọrin àsíá orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá bí a ṣe ń kásẹ̀ nílẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ má jẹ́ kí a gbàgbé wípé a wà live lórí www.duduspree.com bí a ṣe ń sọ. This is the first and only Pan-African radio. So jẹ́ pàwọ̀ ọ̀dọ́ òun lè àdásílẹ̀. Ọlọ́run ló fún wa ní oore ọ̀fẹ́. Yorùbá Global Youth náà ló ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ kí a sọ fún yín pé lè follow wa lórí social media handles wa. YG Youth lórí Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube live lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí nítorí wípé àwa náà là ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Ìyá mi Adédoyin, ẹ bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ fún àwọn obìnrin. Ṣé ká máa lọ sí party every Saturday? No, Ankara ò jẹ́sẹ̀ mo. Ṣé yẹn ló dẹ̀kun àbí ká ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀? Ìyá mi Adédoyin, are you there, please? Okay, ó yẹ gbé sókè.
Thank you so much for bringing our father here. Kobawa Soro. Inú mi máa ń dùn every time tí bá gbọ́ bàbá tó ń sọ̀rọ̀. It gives me joy and I just can't wait to kí n jókòó sí ibi ẹsẹ̀ wọn and just sit down and endure and just take all the wisdom. I'm so grateful fún bàbá every morning tí bá jí bí ṣe ń lọ sùn bí ṣe ń jí I'm thinking of tí bàbá bá lè ṣe kí lèmi ṣe as a youth. I have to do something. If he can do it at this age, who am I? Tani me that I cannot do more. So Baba gives me motivation. And as a woman, all embrace you as a youth, all embrace you, encouraging us every day. Kí làwọn lè ṣe, kí la lè, èmi náà máa ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ bàbá kí lẹ fẹ́ kí n ṣe. He's so accommodating, so willing to talk anytime to anybody back pé wọn. Even though a man suffering from Baba, it's not everywhere. He has to come here on Sorrow. And I'm grateful that down and he's here to speak to us. I ask that we should continue to pray for him. By the time Tabari Nation in Waye, Baba will be there to continue to direct us, to lead us as he has been doing. As a woman, first of all the women out there, all the Omoluabis out there, it all begins at home. Kama saw history Kama national anthem at such a young age. National anthem Kama history. Germs like this are very rare. We should replay it for them. We should replay it for them. Air in on different platforms and teach our children our history, because our Nicola saw history. No one else can tell us about our history. We should be replaying it to our youth, to our children, so they will never forget. Again, thank you so much for having us on the platform.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's a big sister. I can't do without. Yes, I appreciate it. You see, if you are looking for perfection, you better make Auntie Doyin your friend. She's gonna tell you what's fault, what's at fault, and what you need to do to make it better. To the extent she's been up and doing everywhere. I thank you so much. I'm excited to work with you every day. And I salute your courage. Not many women can stand like this. Heritage Television is right here. Babawa, the youngest youth I've ever seen. I call him the youngest old youth. Babawa Heritage. Say hello to the youth, please. Teba Shiwa Ninule. Okay, one wanule. Oh yeah, Babawa, Egbon's okay.
Bàbá, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín fún pé gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tí ẹ̀ ń kọ́ wa yìí. Ó jẹ́ nǹkan tó jẹ́ ìwúrí fún èmi gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹnìkan. Nítorí pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn ni ò mọ nǹkan tí ẹ̀ ń kọ́ wa yìí lénìí. Ṣùgbọ́n pẹ̀lú àwọn àlàyé tẹ̀ ń ṣe fún wa, ó jẹ́ nǹkan tó wú wa lórí lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀. Nítorí pé ẹ̀kọ́ tí a kọ́ nínú ẹ̀ àti pàápàá bí ìgbà tí èèyàn ń wo iṣẹ́ ni sà. Nítorí pé lẹ́yìn ètò yìí lónìí, ètò tí mo ní lórí Heritage Television lẹ́ni ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, ibi tí a ti ṣìnà àti ọ̀nà àbáyọ. Nítorí pé tí a bá wo the new Prime Minister England lẹ́ni nígbà tó fẹ́ wọ Downing Street, ó kọ́kọ́ ṣe àwọn oríṣiríṣi nǹkan lẹ́nu ọ̀nà ọbẹ̀ tí ó lè pè ní ìṣẹ̀ṣe tìlú ẹ̀. Ìṣẹ̀ṣe tìlú yẹn ló máa ń gbèyàn. Mi rò pé ìṣẹ̀ṣe ìlú onílùú lè gbé ẹnikẹ́ni, ó lè gbé ọmọ ìlú bòmíì. Tíjà bá ṣẹlẹ̀ nísìnyí, ọmọ Yorùbá, ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ò lè lọ gbọ́ ọmọ Yíbò, bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni ilẹ̀ Haúsá ò lè wá gbé ọmọ Yorùbá. Ẹ̀kọ́ tó yẹ kí gbogbo wa ká kọ́ nínú nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lágbàáyé lé nìyẹn. Nígbà tí Queen ní England, a rí tí wọ́n mú ẹran funfun bọ̀lọ̀jọ̀ dání tí wọ́n mú lọ. Tí èèyàn kan bá dánrò ẹ̀wò nílẹ̀ wa, gbogbo nǹkan tó yẹ ká fi ṣe ọ̀ṣọ́, gbogbo nǹkan tó yẹ ká fi ṣe ká máa fi appraise àwọn onílẹ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, àmú gbogbo ẹ̀ àkódà sínú òkun. Àwa ń tẹ̀lé àwọn nǹkan tí ò yẹ kí gbogbo nǹkan tí ò yẹ ká ṣe. Ṣùgbọ́n síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run ọba aláwùrábí, ọba tó máa ń bá wa ṣe tó máa fi ń yanjú, ọba tó máa ń bá wa ṣe tó máa fi ń da, ọba tó máa ń bá wa ṣe tí gbogbo ẹ̀ máa fi ń lójútùú. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ nítorí pé òun nìkan àti ọ̀dọ̀ rẹ̀ nìkan ni ọpẹ́ àti ìyìn yẹ fún. Òun nìkan ló tó gba gbogbo. Mo rọ̀ gbogbo àwọn ọ̀dọ́ lónìí nípa nǹkan tí wọ́n ń ṣe pé nǹkan tẹ́ ń ṣe nǹkan dáadáa ni, ẹ tẹra mọ́, ẹ má jáwọ́ níbẹ̀. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn olóòtú ètò yìí lónìí nítorí pé wọ́n ṣe àwọn nǹkan tó dùn mọ́ mi nínú. Wọ́n ní wọ́n pe orúkọ ẹgbẹ́ wọn, wọ́n tún pe the other youth náà. Àjọṣe ló máa ń dùn. Your wisdom is magnificent there. Mo máa rọ̀ yín nínú gbogbo nǹkan tí ẹ bá ń ṣe, ẹ má fi ẹnu ṣáta ẹnikẹ́ni. Ẹ má ṣe ẹni tó máa fi itọ́ sínú, tó máa fi ẹ̀jẹ̀ sínú, tó máa tu ẹ̀jẹ̀ jáde, tó máa tu itọ́ funfun jáde. Bó bá ṣe rí ni kẹ́ ẹ ṣe sọ, ẹni náà bá máa fẹ́ràn nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ sọ ṣùgbọ́n Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè ó dá mi lójú pé ó rí inú yín ó rọ́kàn yín ó dẹ̀ máa dá yín láre fún gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ bá ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ mi ò jù lọ mú kí gbogbo àwọn ẹlẹgbẹ́ mi pàápàá jùlọ bàbá onígò dúdú àti onírùngbọ̀n funfun yẹ̀wùkẹ́ tó wà lẹ́gbẹ́ mi lápá ọ̀tún mo kí yín pé ẹ kú ọjọ́ mẹ́ta ṣáláàfíà àjíǹde ara máa jẹ́ bàbá mo kí yín náà ọláyọmípèkì mo kí ẹ̀yin náà gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí mi lè dárúkọ GY Media mo kí gbogbo yín Ọlọ́run yóò máa gbà fún wa Ọlọ́run yóò máa fún yín ṣe ojú òní tí yín ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́.
ẹ ṣé púpọ̀ bàbá wa.
Sister Àjọkẹ́ Adé.
Yes sir.
Èmi náà ẹ fún mi láàyè mo fẹ́ fi Uncle Adé sí sport kan ni.
No, you're gonna call each other after this program, sir.
Okay. You sure? I think it's worth clarifying. Uncle Adé doesn't mind.
No,
please. Uncle Adé. Ẹ kú ọjọ́ mẹ́ta. Mo mọ̀ yí pé media ni and as a media ẹ ní right láti cover anywhere tẹ́ bá fẹ́. Ṣùgbọ́n a rí àwọn nǹkan kan tó ń lọ ní ẹnu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yìí. Ó wá ṣe wá láàánú pé ẹni tó ń speak ńbẹ̀ wọ́n ń dá orúkọ yín. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, is it possible? Ẹ ti mọ nǹkan tí mò ń sọ. Lójú wa ń bí àti bàbá bóyá ẹ lè ṣàlàyé fún wa lórí ẹ̀.
Bàbá mi Gani Alágbàlá.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sáré bá wọn ṣàlàyé sà. Àǹtí mi, ẹ jẹ́ kí n bá wọn ṣàlàyé.
Ẹ ní sùúrù bàbá mi, ẹ máa ṣàlàyé. We would talk about that. Ṣùgbọ́n a fẹ́ release the grandpa come lọ rest. So a máa wá ṣe meeting lẹ́yìn meeting. Bàbá ẹ mọ̀ bá ṣe máa ń ṣe ní YSDM now. After party, we will do it. We're going to do it. So now, the beauty is, YGY, we are on Twitter, we are on Facebook, and we are live on YouTube. Now, please, you want to hear the after party. You know me tell you, Baba mi wa, after party, ẹ bá wa show love and like, ẹ bá wa share, ẹ bá wa love, ẹ bá wa ṣe ohun gbogbo. Ẹ dákun ẹ follow wa, nítorí wípé àwa náà ni ohun Africa àti gbogbo àgbáyé lápapọ̀. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi mọ̀ pé àwọn kan àti sókè bàbá mi àwọn kan máa sọ pé uncle wa ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ọláyọmí Kóìkí ẹ̀gbọ́n it's your chance sir. Could you please speak to us?
Kí bàbá Alànà bẹ̀yẹ̀ krọ̀lẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí gbogbo àwọn ọ̀dọ́ tó ń bẹ ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá màá sọ pé kó má sú wa kó má rẹ̀ wá. Live freedom or die freedom is worth it. 1969, òun ni crowd tẹ́ ń rí lẹ́yìn mi. That's the kind of crowd I want to see. Nígbà tí àwọn bàbá wa bá ti pè fún rally, ẹ ṣé gan ni.
Wow. Yeah, that's concise, that's precise, and it's straight to the point. You can do it. We can do it. We will do it together. Adúpẹ́lẹ́ bàbá wa. Adébánjí Akíntóyè Professor Emeritus èyí kò tẹ̀ pé wọ́n lánàá ṣé kí Giant sẹ́yìn youth wọ́n ní Emeritus mo ló tẹ̀ Yagamari Qatar Airlines Professor Emeritus don't mind me. We thank you so much for your support, for your love. Ìgbà tí àwọn ọ̀dọ́ bá ń pè yín níwájú lẹ́yìn máa ń dá wa lóhùn. Jẹ́ kí n wá fi after party ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ lẹ́yìn after party a máa wá kọrin àṣẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá. Tàbí wàá máa káàdì ẹ̀ nílẹ̀. Bàbá mi Gani Alágbàlá, ìbéèrè tẹ́ fẹ́ béèrè yẹn, àwọn ọ̀dọ́ wọn tẹ̀lé sọ wípé Àjọkẹ́ Adé, you better let them ask. We wanna hear. Okay, it's time for that.
Okay.
Yeah, Uncle Adé, ẹ ṣé ẹ bá wa clarify torí àwọn èèyàn wa máa bẹ̀rù wípé ìwé heritage wà bí wọ́n wà pẹ̀lú wọn ni ẹ lè lọ́bẹ̀ kẹ́ cover but mo rò pé opportunity lè lè sà. So I hope you don't mind. Ẹ ṣé.
Okay, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín pé ẹ béèrè ìbéèrè yẹn. Ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan tó dá mi lójú ni pé bí Alágbàlá ṣe mọ̀ mí bí ẹni mọ owó ó dà ní pé ẹ mọ̀ pé wòlíì ni mí mi ò dẹ́ ṣe wòlíì Jésù wòlíì ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ni mí nǹkan tó wà nínú ilẹ̀ béèrè màá fún yín ní èsì kẹ́ bá lè mọ̀ dáadáa. Number one, mo wà ní meeting yẹn kì í ṣe pé mo lọ cover nìkan nítorí pé ìgbà tí mo gbọ́ kinní yẹn lórí David Hamilton I asked a question what is all this and I called TJ and I asked him can I come? I want to ask some few questions. Only question with my baby money. You don't need to know my question because this is not the time. Let's get there. My question might not be something that will please you because we're not in the same camp. Right? So, and I went there, I covered, and I asked questions. And when I came back, I sent my questions, my speech that someone sent to me. I sent it to people that I think needs to know. Question. No. I very low question of Baba. No, I very question of Baba. Then, so I did a program, extensive program yesterday, about 10 o'clock. People that really want to know the truth, because this is not a platform to discuss things like that, right? And it might be easier. Alagbala has my number. He's not a stranger to me. He's my friend. So it might be better if you call me privately instead of asking that kind of question here. If you didn't watch my program yesterday, you don't care about what I've been doing all this time. And I believe I sent the program to my bosses in this agitation because I have some people who I call boss. Yes, but still, there are still some people I refer to as all animals are equal, but some are more equal than the other. Yoruba lè kọrin pé kíní kan tó bá gorí ebè àwọn kan wà tó gorí ebè nínú àwọn tá a jọ ń ṣe kíní àwọn tó gorí ebè yẹn I believe I've sent the voice notes to them and they look at it and they have a right to judge me in a way whether I'm right. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I will just go back a little bit, yeah? So I did an extensive program yesterday, which I tried to clarify so many things on what happened at that meeting. I wasn't invited. I invite myself. I asked them, I said, can I come? And I went there and I did ask question. I asked question that I think is relevant to my own conscience. And I believe some people in this gathering knows about the question I asked. And I believe Timbashi Dada Okumi Okwolon Oludmare. Timi Bashi Dada Kiala Lele Wako Mumikro Logile de Lori Lepe, Nikiakia, Nitope Bratmobu, Fumbomo Yorubani. Eshi.
Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀ bàbá wa àdúpẹ́ Bíbélì sọ wípé olódodo yóò ní àyà bí kìnìún. Àwa náà kúkú ń wò yín ẹ̀yin bàbá wa, ẹ̀yin ẹ̀gbọ́n wa. Ẹ̀yin la fi ń ṣe àlàkalẹ̀, àwa náà dẹ̀ ń wò wípé gbogbo nǹkan táwa náà máa ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀dọ́ yóò jẹ́ àwọn nǹkan tí yóò gbé orílẹ̀ Yorùbá ga. No matter what, we will not compromise our stand.
Má bínú ṣe gbọ́ nǹkan tí mo sọ ṣá. Ṣé gbọ́ nǹkan tí mo sọ, Sister Àjọkẹ́?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Uncle Adi Atigboyin, thank you for that clarification.
Okay.
So I can be rest assured that you are not part of that. You are with us.
No, you can go and watch the program, sir, if you have the time.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni ẹ ṣé púpọ̀ ìkọ̀ọ̀kan náà ni gbogbo wa jọ ń sọ wípé orí òtítọ́ orí òdodo náà la ó dúró lé gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀dọ́ bí a ṣe ń wo ẹ̀yin bàbá wa bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni àwọn ìran tí ó ń bọ̀ wọ́n ṣe ń wò wá. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n fi ìpolówó àti ìkéde tí ẹnikẹ́ni ò sanwó fún àwọn ẹgbẹ́ YGY. Ó ní àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan tí à ń ṣe fún àwọn teenagers wa. Ẹ̀wọ́ tó bá ní ọ̀dọ́ wẹ̀rẹ̀ nílé má jẹ́ kó dúró sílé. Ó ní àwọn ipa ribiribi tí àwọn náà lè kó. Bí àwọn bàbá wa ṣe ń mentor wa, tàwa náà ṣe kí ni là ń mentor wọn. Bí a ti ń kásẹ̀ nílẹ̀, ẹ má jẹ́ ká gbàgbé àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ mẹ́ta tí bàbá wa fi fún wa. Bàbá wa Professor Emeritus Banji Akitoye wọ́n sọ wípé kí a wà sober nínú gbogbo nǹkan tí a máa ṣe, kí a dẹ̀ rí wípé gbogbo nǹkan tí à ń ṣe a fi kò sí ojú iṣẹ́. Lẹ́yìn náà ni wípé we must be hardworking. Ibi tí à ń lọ gba gbẹ̀rẹ̀ kò gba eré. Let's be ready to take the bull by the horn. The years that we have lost, we must regain. Not we will regain. The word is we must regain. Nature, posterity will not judge us well if we end up becoming the Almajiri, educated Almajiri, Ọlọ́run má jẹ́. Bí a ṣe ń kásẹ̀ nílẹ̀ nítorí pé ọmọ tí wọ́n bí nínú ìṣìnìmímú sọ pé ṣebí ire mẹ́ta làwa ń wá. Àwa ń wówó, àwa ń wọ́mọ, àwa ń wá àtúbọ̀tán ayé. owó ọmọ àti àtúbọ̀tán ayé kò ní gbẹ̀yìn lọ́yìn gbogbo lọ́rọ̀ gbogbo wa láṣẹ̀dùmarè. As we are living now, wrapping up, we would be hosting YSDM. Cherry, we would be hosting YSDM next week. Get set. We're gonna ask them questions. Gbogbo questions here. YSDM, they are coming next week. We are giving them public invite. Baba mi Gani Alagbala ẹ bá wa invite wọn. We will write letter. YSDM, we want to see you. The youth want to talk. All the questions, all the barriers, please compile them and send them to us. We will ask. We are the youth and we are ready for that. We're taking the bull by the horn. Yes, so orin àṣẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá, wọ́n tó bá ti mọ̀ orin òmìnira, orin ìlọsíwájú, orin ìlọsókè àti orin ìdára. Mo kí Owólabí, mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, gbogbo wa tí a jọ ṣe iṣẹ́ lè ní kí wà nítorí pé mo kí Òjó náà, Damsey Pictures, mo rí ẹ, Tire Man, we get somebody wey don tire for Naija matter. The Tire Man, I see you, I salute you. Gbogbo àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ YG wa Yorùbá Global Youth, gbogbo ibikíbi tí a wà káàkiri gbogbo àgbáláyé, I throw a salute. Ó yá ẹ gbé sókè orin àṣẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá.